Alright, Shalom. Alright, first and foremost, before I get started, I want to give all honor, praise, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem, Dash. Double honors to my apostle, elders of great millstone, and taught me this truth, and that rule well. And peace and salutation to you brothers out there that's teaching this word in our righteousness and sincerity. I say Shalom to you also. Okay, this is the brother Amon from the GMS Charlotte camp. I'm coming back with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemel Shah. And pretty much the title of this lesson is how Esau is going to torture you to make you take that chip, man. Okay? Because, as you know, we're in 2019, which was deemed the year of the Karagma through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemel Shah. He put on Apostle Tahar to name this year, man. So we all know that it's going to be a heavy year concerning the mark of the beast, which is the RFID chip, man. Okay? So as we all know, man, that chip is gonna be the end all be all for America before its place is destroyed, man. And so before Esau can be taken down, hey, this chip has to be mandated first, man, because the goal that these Edomites want to put forth in the world is to chip the whole entire world, man. All right, to make everything his property. Okay, and that's what the mark of the beast implies, that you are property of the so-called white man. All right. So with that being known, he's gonna do any and everything that he can to try to market the chip, while it's still trendy. But then after that first phase, and then you got the people that's resisting it, man. Then he's gonna come to you in a more aggressive approach, which that aggressive approach is going pretty much be life or death, man. You want to live, then you're gonna take this chip, man. All right, you're not gonna eat, your family's not gonna eat, and then if that doesn't phase you, then they're gonna start killing people that's close to you, and then ultimately threaten you with the chip, man. All right, and if you don't take the chip, ultimately you're gonna be destroyed, man. All right, it's according to Esau. But if you do take the chip, then your how about Shema Shah is gonna destroy you, man. So that comes into question of, all right, which one are you more afraid of, man, or your how about Shema Shah, man? All right, so I have got inspiration from this video through the spirit. I'm watching this show that one of the brothers that put me on called the 100. All right, and this show, man, they pushed the mark of the beast really heavy in about the third season, man. All right, so before I get into the show, man, I want to get some scripture just to prove to you that this is biblical that we're talking about, man. And there's no wonder that they're putting all these things into your mainstream media, such as your TV shows, your cartoons, your movies, and pretty much, you're gonna start seeing the chip on broader scale. These celebrities are gonna be starting promoting it or whatnot, man. So it's gonna be on a heavy thing, man. But if you're a man of the Lord, you calling yourself a man of the Lord, a believer, Yahweh Shemal Shah, man, you gotta refuse that chip, because we know that if you take that chip, that's a guaranteed ticket to get an ICBM missile on you, man. All right. So I'm gonna start here in the book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 15. All right, and it reads, "And he had power to give unto the beast, Saki, and he had power to give unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast shall both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed." All right, and that image of the beast is talking about is this American system, man. All right, the agenda that this country promotes. All right, is the homosexuality, the transgenderism, you know, the Satanism, the transhumanism. That's what the chip is ultimately going into. Is that Esau wants to go into this transhumanism, which is merging man with machine, so that they can't never die, man. Because Esau knows once he dies, that he's gonna come back in slavery. So that's his ultimate punishment, you know, for doing the things he's doing, killing the nation of Israel, man. But it says that he gave power unto the image of the beast, and the image of the beast shall both speak and cause as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed, man. All right, so if you don't take part and agree with what this system is promoting, then you're gonna be singled out, man. That's why you have certain bills that were passed, such as the Patriot Act, the Agenda 21 and whatnot, man. They got these different legislations in play because they know that there's certain people in this country that's going to oppose what the regime is, man. All right, and the main ones opposing it is the prophets out here, man. All right, believers of Yahweh Shem Shah, man. So it says that as many as will not worship the beast, the image of the beast should be killed, man. Because and they're going to come for us that don't want to bow down to Satan, man. All right, and the main form of you consenting to the image of the beast is to take the mark of the beast, which is that chip, man. All right, we're gonna get that right here. This is verse 16. And he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. All right. It says, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. All right, that's talking about the chip, man. All right, because as the BS that's being argued about over Israel, which is not really even an argument because it's facts by now, man. This word karagma, which is the word mark, goes into the Greek word karagma. All right, so we're gonna get that real quick. All right, it says a stamp or imprinted mark. All right, so it's gonna be put inside of you. All right, the scripture just said that they were gonna put that chip into your left hand. That's like in your right hand or your forehead. That's just being figuratively. If you put the chip, you put the chip in your left hand, in your stomach, in your leg, whatever it is. If you taking the mark of the beast, all right, you are giving yourself over to Satan, man. All right, and you're ultimately giving Yahweh Shemel Shah a middle finger to his face, man, because that means you fear the so-called white man more than you fear the power that created your spirit, man. All right. And it says that mark in their hand, like I said, that the incision, because in order for you to receive the mark of the beast, man, they have to put it inside of you, man, with that needle, with that little right size chip in it, man. They're gonna put that into your forehead or your right hand because like the brothers brought out, man. That's the body's most source of electricity, man, to keep that chip running. All right, so they already did the research. They know that's the best place to put it at, man. All right, and like I said, you're seeing people all over the world taking this chip, man. All right, they're having chipping parties over across seas in countries like Sweden and whatnot, man. You've had people over here in America that's already took the chip, man. Got rappers doing it and whatnot, man. So it's showing you that this is no longer fairy tale, man. All right, this ain't no mythology that people have been arguing about for this. This is happening, man. All right. It says that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 600 which is that 666, man. All right, that barcode. All right, because with that chip, man, that's why they're going towards biometrics as far as with the currency, man, because we're going towards a cashless society. Okay, so that's why they're slowly phasing out cash and bringing forth these debit and credit cards. But now, well, before to use the card you would swipe it, but now all these credit cards, these debit cards and whatnot have the chip in them. So instead of swiping the card now, you insert the chip into the machine and it reads it that way. But that's all to condition you to get you ready to take that mark of the beast, man. All right, that's why you got things going with the eye scanners, the fingerprint scanners, because it's all to condition you to where you don't have to pull anything out now. You just to make it the most convenient way as possible, man. That's how they're gonna trick the people with promises of convenience, man. All right, you ain't gotta unlock your door no more, man. You ain't gotta open the fridge up no more. You ain't gotta do this, this, and this, man. It's all about putting this chip in you inside of you and doing the most easiest thing, man. You go to the store, you got the chip. You can buy your groceries and just walk out. And when you walk out, the Esau had this machine inside the door that when you walk out, you scan. It scans you and pays for it off the rip, man. All right, that's in your Amazon commercials, man. All right, so showing you that the mark of the beast is the chip, man. It's not an embargo. It's not Christianity. It's not the white woman. All right, all that follow that everybody's trying to argue about the chip. No, man, it's the RFID, man. All right, the RFID microchip. That's the mark of the beast, man. All right. And if you don't take that chip, man, Esau is going to cut you off from society. And then ultimately, he's going to round you up and put you in front of that guillotine, all right? Just to To prove that, because you're gonna catch mad persecution if you don't take this chip, man. Because back in the ancient world, dealing with these same people, these same nation of people, all right, these damn Edomites, man. They persecuted our people with the same way, which I'm gonna get that in a little bit, man. But this is nothing new, man. All right, but you gonna face heavy persecution for refusing this chip, man. Like I said, man, Esau's gonna cut you off from society, man. All right, because jobs are starting to go towards that, where they get ID cards with the chip in it, man. Ultimately, so you gotta spend money on the cars, man, the keys and whatnot, man. It's all gonna be in your hand. You swipe your head, the government come into the building, man. That's the point we're coming into, all right. But you're gonna be persecuted if you deny it, man. You ain't gonna be able to work. You ain't gonna be able to buy nothing, man. All right. So and ultimately he's gonna come for you, and matter of fact, we're just gonna get the scripture. All right. This is the book of Revelation, same book, chapter 2 verse 10, and it reads, "Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give you a crown of life." Right. Say Esau is going to throw some of us into the prisons, man. All right. It says that you may be tried and you have tribulation for 10 days, but these prisons that they're talking about is these FEMA camps, man. All right. You're gonna be in the FEMA camps, man, and you're gonna be tried, man. They're gonna torture you. They're gonna try to threaten death to you, man. They're gonna tell you that as long as you take the chip, man, you're gonna have food, you're gonna have water, you're gonna be tempted in all ways. All right, but it says that the tribulation 10 days, which is not actually meaning the literal 10 days. The Lord, it's however the Lord sees fit to try you, man. It could be 7 days, 10 days. It could be months. Who knows, man? It's up to the Lord to decide how long the test is going to be, man. 'Cause everybody's going to have a different trial, man. All right, but out of all, it says, "Be faithful unto death, and the Lord will give us a crown of life, man." All right, so that means no matter what temptation that's brought upon us, man, we got to be ready to die for refusing the chip, man, because we know Yahweh Shem Shai is going to reward us for being faithful unto Him, man. Because at the end of the day, He's who we fear. We don't fear Esau and his torture devices, man. All right, 'cause Esau can do what he wants to this flesh, man. But once our spirit leaves this flesh, then we're no longer subject to him anymore, man. He can't touch us anymore. We're in the hands of Yahweh Shem Shai. We all know the scriptures that tell you that the dead of Yahweh Shem Shai shall rise first. So that shouldn't scare you, man, because that's what Esau is gonna do, is threaten our people with death. And we know through the scriptures that death isn't the end all be all, man. The only thing that death is a transition. All right, your spirit leaves this flesh and you go into the spirit world. Okay. Matter of fact, before I get that, trying to remember exactly where it's at. Bear with me real quick. So you'll bear with me. Hi, it says this is Ecclesiastes 3:21. It reads, "Who knows the spirit of man that goeth upward, and the spirit of the beast that goeth downward on the earth?" Right. So it says that the spirit of man goes upward, which means your spirit goes back to the spirit world. So once your spirit leaves this flesh, man, you return to the Father, man. All right. So you're in the spirit world with Yahweh Shem Shai, man. So like I said, once this flesh has lost the spirit, man, it becomes back in, it turns back into dust, man. That's why when you bury somebody, what happens to their body when they're in the caskets, man, they decay and turn back to the ground. They have that saying, ashes to ashes, dust to dust, man, because that's where we come from. We come from the earth, all right. So you shouldn't be afraid to die, man. But our people don't read the scripture. They have no knowledge of Yahweh Shem Shai, so they don't understand the concept of death, man. All it is just rest, man. But thanks to Esau pushing philosophies in the world like YOLO, you only live once, and purgatory and hell and whatnot, man. Our people have become afraid of death, man. But back in the ancient world, Our people didn't fear death because we understood what that meant. All right, but here's how we know that Esau's he's gonna try you with death, man. All right, because he's gonna try many tactics to to come at you, man. All right. Which matter of fact, before I read the scripture, matter of fact, no, I'm gonna read the scripture first. This is Hebrews 2:15, and it says, "And deliver them who through fear of death were all their lifetime subject to bondage." Because just like in slavery, man, how Esau got us to submit, man, that he would torture you unto the brink of death. All right, and then right when our people were well, at that breaking point, man, they would submit, and then the Esau knew he had him at that point. So it's going to be the same thing that Esau's going to try to do again today, man. All right, he's going to put you. He's going to put you in these concentration camps, man. And you know, Esau's a fucking maniacal devil, man. All right, he has all sorts of different types of torture methods that he's going to unearth, man. You know, he's going to bring back all those medieval torture devices, such as tar and feathering. You know, putting you on that it's like a pyramid or whatever. You know, they got you, butt ass naked. And they bring you down the pyramid to where it's like you having you sit on that shit until that shit starts to split you in half, man. You know, it's putting a spike up, trying to make gore you with the spikes or whatnot, man. Who knows what Esau has, man? It's gonna be brutal though, man. All right, so through the fear of death, man, even just putting a gun to your head, man. Hey, if you don't take this chip, man, I'm gonna blow your brains out, or whatever the case might be, man. Esau's gonna use death to persuade majority of our people, man. All right, and I brought up the show The 100 because this shit shows you the different ways that Esau's going to use to try to make you take the mark of the beast, man. All right, we're gonna play it. Cause pretty much in this scene, man, the chick, whose name is Abby from the show, they they tortured her and made her take the chip, which I'm gonna get that video in a second, man. But what it is, all these people that you see outside of the character Kane, the one that was looking out the window, they've all taken the mark of the beast, man. So they're trying to get him to take the chip, man. All right, so just set the scene. We'll watch it from here. All right, so pretty much, with hold on, everybody that's taking the chip, this is who they see. This is the one that's inside of the chip, man. It's known as Allie, but that's pretty much symbolic for Satan, man. Esau or whatever. All right. Alright, so the point I want to get off of this video was, like I said, everybody besides this character Kane has taken the chip, man. So what they tried to do was play on his senses by sending in this woman who they had a somewhat of a love connection or whatever with, and they tried to use that as a way to make him break and give up the information about how to, get the pretty much to get him to take the chip, man. All right, because now that they see that that's not going to work, then they're going to go to a more maniacal method. You're about to watch. All right, so like I said, man, they're going to torch you to make you break in order for you to take that chip, man. But as you see with him, man, you have to resist that no matter what pain you're feeling. You know, whatever it is that they're gonna try to make you use to break. You can't give in, man. And the spirit of Yahweh Shemal Shah, it's got to be with you in that day to make you put on that hardened spirit not to break, man. Because as you see, as you're about to see in this next clip, man. See the man, you know, he didn't break, man. All right. In the show, eventually he broke, but just giving you an example of what they're gonna do, you gotta be like how he was while they was, beating the stakes into his hand before they strung him up on the cross, man. All right, you gotta endure it, man. For however long that Yahweh Shemal Shah wants you to do it, man. And we gotta bear the indignation of the Lord, man, because ultimately He's allowing all these things to happen to us because we sinned against Him, man. But in this clip, you're about to see they're going to try to use death as a way to force you to take the chip, man. All right. All right. Because pretty much with this scene, how they was trying to convince her that she's supposed to be a doctor. All right. So with this scene, the whole point of them, promoting the chip in the show was they said the chip took away pain. All right. But whatever perks that Esau's gonna try to use for that, man, you can't let that entice you, man, because we all know that Esau's gonna try to entice Jake with saying you take the chip, we're gonna give you it's a $2,000 bonus, you get free groceries for a year, whatever the bullshit Esau's gonna try to come with, man. But like I said, you can't let that entice you. All right, you gotta resist the temptation Esau's gonna bring to you. All right, the key is what they say that the chip is, man. All right, and that's actually factual, man. Because once you take that chip, man, Esau gains control of your spirit. All right, so he can tap into your thoughts, control you, make you do things. And ultimately, if you refuse what he wants you to do, they have a kill switch where they can flip, and the chip has cyanide in it, and it'll kill you on the spot, man. So the influence of this chip, man, is everywhere. So it's no wonder you see it in these shows like this, man. But continue on. And the irony of it, the Jake, they're having the Jake be the main promoter because in the show, he was the first one that was chipped, and he was going around getting everybody else chipped, man. So this is exact. Esau knows what he's doing. That's why he puts these things into these shows because it's showing you exactly what his agenda is, man. All right. All right, because some of these some of the brothers that Esau's gonna get, because he's not gonna get everybody, but some of the brothers that he does get, man, he knows that we don't fear death, man. So the next the next thing to do is to try to get people close to us. Which they're gonna do things like you just saw, man, which is to have your family or your somebody close to you, you know, present it in front of you, and pretty much tell you that if you don't take the chip, man, that they're gonna die. They're gonna kill them in front of you, man. All right, you gotta bear that. Okay, don't be like her, and and break. Cause this what you're about to see is her break, man. All right, but at the end of the day, that's majority of women are gonna be like this and take the chip anyway, man. All right, I'll show that real quick. And you're gonna see majority of people break in situations like this, man. All right, so that's just going to giving you a preview, a good visualization of what's going to happen, man. Okay, so like I said, I'm gonna bring this verse back. This is Hebrews 2:15. It says, "And delivered them who through fear of death were all their lifetime subject to bondage." Man, so Esau's going to use, uh, you know, the fear of death to make our people, become more slaves than they are now, man. All right, because just like how you can brand animals, mainly cows, to let you know that hey, that's your property. That's what Esau was doing via the RFID chip, man. All right, so you gotta hold fast to what we learned, and remember that Yahweh Shemal Shah has never forsaken anybody that's ever believed in him, man. Roughly paraphrasing. All right. Matter of fact, I'll get that real quick. This is kind second Sirach chapter 2 verse 10, and it says, "Look at the generations of old and see, did ever any trust in the Lord and was confounded, or did any abide in His fear and was forsaken, or whom did He ever despise that called upon Him?" All right, and the answer is none. All right, all those that believed in Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, hey, they were never confounded. They was always, taken care of. And even the ones that got met with death, man. They took it on cheerfully because they knew at the end of the day that wasn't the end of it, man. They knew they were gonna be risen back up. All right. So, because we know Esau was gonna come for us, man. Esau was gonna try everything in his book to make us break, and so that we can become slaves under him, man. And really, really, it's even deeper than that because really they love breaking our people, so they want to see how much they can do to us before we can break and denounce the name of Yahweh Shemel Shah. That's their end goal is for the nation of Israel to denounce Yahweh Shemel Shah and declare that they're our power, man. All right, but that's not gonna happen to the elect, man. All right, and this is to prove this. This is the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2. I'm gonna start at verse 12. Excuse me. I'm gonna start at verse 12, and it reads, "Therefore let us lie in wait for the righteous, because he is not for our turn. He is clean contrary to our doings. He upbraideth us with our offending the law, and objective to our infamy, the transgression of our education." Right? Because we know Esau knows that we're against everything that he promotes in this world, man, because it's anti Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. All right, so it says that we're not for Esau's turn because Esau and his power, since he came into power, has brought nothing but death and destruction upon the earth, man. All right, you got the air filled with all types of poison due to your chemtrails, man. All right, you got food being genetically modified. So now you're giving people genetically modified foods, man, GMOs. The water is poisonous, man. All right, you got all the Israelite family structure all out the whack because you got the woman raised up over the man, and the orders all out the whack, man. Because we know the man is over the woman. All right, you got everything all messed up in the society, man. That's showing you we're not with your turn because your turn is bringing agony into the world, man. All right, so you have to come out of power, and that's what we're coming to tell you, Edomites, man. Man, you bankers, you the one that's in charge, man. We tell the average everyday Edomite, but we're just giving him his future. We're not really talking to them. We're talking to you elites, man. All right, it says that we're contrary to their doings, man, because we know everything y'all doing it equates unto death, man, because you're the harbinger of death, man. All right, the Beast Man, like it said in the old Planet of the Apes movie. All right, and he said that we upbraideth. It said he upbraideth us with offending the law. And that's what you have brothers out there doing, man. You go on the highways and byways, you make these sit downs, man. We're upbraiding Esau and let you know that what you're doing is against the Bible, and we get in the scriptures that tell you that what you're doing is against the Bible, man. All right, you're offending the law by pushing things such as homosexuality and transgenderism on the earth, which there's many more things, but that's just giving you an example, man. All right, and it says that an objective to our infamy, the transgression of our education, man, because you teaching everything outside of the truth, man. All right, telling everybody that the Most High and His Son are so-called white men. That you are the real Israelites, man, or Jews. You don't even claim you're an Israelite. You just claim you're the real Jews. All right. The so-called Negro, Latino, and Native Americans ain't nothing but niggas, spicks, and wetbacks. All right, you doing everything outside of the truth. Okay. It says he professeth to have the knowledge of Yahweh Shemal Shah, and he calleth himself the child of the Lord, which is what we're doing, man. Because we've woken up to the fact that we've been fed lies our whole life, man. All right, and then now that Yahweh Shemal Shah is putting His spirit back on His people, we have His people waking up and telling the world that hey, we're the Israelites, man. You so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans, we are the biblical Israelites the Bible is speaking of, man. All right, and the prophecies say so, man. That's how we know through the prophecies of the Bible of how we are the Israelites, man. All right, He was made to reprove our thoughts, man, and that's exactly Esau and Jacob. It tells you in the book of Genesis, it said that we're two different nations, man. All right, Esau was made to be the wicked, and Israel was made to be the righteous, man. All right, It's just what it is. That's how Yahweh Shema Shah set everything up, man. Okay? It says, He is grievous unto us, even to behold. Right? Because Esau was pissed off seeing so-called Native Americans waking up, going down the highways, and byways, proclaiming that we're Israelites, man. He hates seeing us and come back to our true glory, man. All right? It says, for his life is not is like other men. His ways are another fashion, because our ways come from above, and these people, everybody else on this earth, is the ways of below, man. So how about Shemal Shah? His ways, his knowledge, wisdom, understanding is eons above, thousands of times above what these heathen promote in the earth, man. And 2/3 are in that same wavelength as these heathen, man, because they prescribe unto Esau and his ways rather than the Lord, man. All right, so that's talking about them too. Okay, it says we are esteemed of him as counterfeits. That's why we call you fake ass Jews out, man. Revelation 2:9 and Revelation 3:9, man. All right, it says that you are counterfeits, man. You weren't the true people of the book, man. You are the devil that the Bible speaks of. Thus says the scriptures. All right. It says, He abstaineth from our ways as of filthiness. He pronounces the end of the just to be blessed, and maketh his boast that Yahweh is his father. Right. Because the way that you're pushing is filthy, man. How you have two men coming together and then having sex like a man and a woman should, or having two women have sex like a man and a woman should, man. How you having sex with animals. How grown-ass men can have sex with little kids, man, and get away with it, man. All right? How you raping the earth of its natural resources, man. All right, everything you do is promoting filthiness in the earth. All right, and you're destroying the earth by doing that, man. All right, the people are destroyed, the earth is destroyed, the food, the water, everything, man. All right, and it says that we pronounce the end of the just to be blessed, because we know at the end, when the story is all said and done, hey, the nation of Israel has the best story out of everybody on the earth, man, because that means our power is going to come back onto us, and we're going to rule the earth for eternity, man, and righteousness. And we know that because we know that Yahweh Shema Shah promised our forefather, passed down that covenant from Abraham unto Isaac and to Jacob. And from Jacob, he gave his 12 sons that covenant, man, which we fall under that, man. And just the Israelites, nobody else, man. All right? It says, let us see if his words be true, and let us prove what shall happen in the end of him. All right, and that's what we're getting into, man. This is what the lesson is talking about, man. Esau's going to see if you are true to your word. Or you saying you're a believer in Yahweh Shema Shah. You say you're going to die for this truth. You're going to strive to the truth until death. He's going to try you on that, man. All right. Because ultimately Yahweh Shema Shah uses Esau to try you, man. But at the end of the day, these devils are going to see if you are concrete in your beliefs, man. All right. It says, let us prove that what shall happen in the end of him. All right, Esau wants to see, because really Esau wants to see if Yahweh Shema Shah will come back and save his people, man. That's why they're doing all these wickedness in the earth, because they want to see Yahweh Shema Shah come back, man. All right, it says, for if the just man be the son of Yahweh Shema Shah, he will help him and deliver him from the hand of his enemy, just like how he did back in the ancient world, man. All right. Every time we called upon the name of Yahweh Shema Shah in the angel world, man, the Lord always came and delivered his people. So now, when this great and terrible time happens again, man, the Lord's going to make sure of his promise like he did back then, man. All right, you got to have faith in that, man. But because Esau's going to do everything in his power to attest to that, man. Okay? And this verse 19 proves that. It says, let us examine him with despitefulness and torture, that we may know his meekness and prove his patience. It says, let us condemn him with a shameful death, for by his own saying he shall be respected. Right. And Esau's going to try you, man. All right. He's going to torture the hell out of you and make you break. Ultimately, if you don't break, Esau's going to kill you, man. All right. It says, let you die a shameful death. And examples of him doing that, we'll get it right here in the book of Second Maccabees, man. All right. Matter of fact, I'm gonna just read the whole chapter, man, because the whole chapter is a perfect example of Esau fulfilling those words. All right. This is the book of Second Maccabees, chapter 1, verse, or chapter 2, Second Maccabees, chapter 1, verse 1. It says, the brethren of the Jews that be at Jerusalem and in the land of Judea, which upon the brethren, the Jews that were throughout Egypt, health and peace. Slacky. Wrong. Slacky. Yeah, that didn't sound right. Slacky, y'all. Book of Second Maccabees, chapter 7. All right. It says 7:1. And it came to pass also that the seven brethren with their mother were taken and compelled by the king against the law to taste swine's flesh, and were tormented with scourges and whips. So in this time back in the Maccabees, man, the seven Maccabees brothers and their mother were tortured and killed because the king wanted them to eat pork, man. All right, that's how serious about not eating the pork is, man. But you got our people doing that for free now, man. Free of torture. They're doing it willy nilly now, man. Showing you that our people are stupid as hell, man. Back in the ancient world, our people, well, got starved themselves. Gave their life up not to eat pork, man. But now, in this times now, man, that the pork is equivalent to the mark of the beast now, man. All right, so keep that in mind. Verse 2. But one of them that spake first said thus, what wouldest thou ask or learn of us? We are ready to die, rather than to transgress the laws of our fathers. Then the king, being in a rage, commanded pans and cauldrons to be made hot, and which forthwith being heated, he commanded to cut out the tongue of him that spake first, and to cut off the uttermost parts of his body, the rest of his brethren and his mother looking on. Now, Esau pretty much maimed the hell out of this brother, man. Where he cut his tongue out and then cut off, his limbs, man. All right. And even through all that torture, what did that man say? All right. Now, when he was thus maimed in all his members, he commanded him, being yet alive, to be brought to the fire and to be fried in the pan. As the vapor of the pan was for a good space dispersed, they exhorted one another with the mother to die manfully, saying this. All right, so Esau not only cut this guy's tongue out and cut his limbs off, but then he was gonna fry him alive, man. All for not taking for breaking the law, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Shemal Shah. All he had to do was just eat pork, man. All right, just like how this time, all you gotta do is just take that chip, man, and Esau's gonna alleviate all methods of torture, man. But you gotta endure that, man. All right. So it said the mother had told all the brothers, the Lord Yahweh Shemal Shah looketh upon us, and in truth have comfort in us, as Moses in his song, which witnessed to their faces, declared, saying, and he shall be comforted in his servants. All right, so Yahweh Shemal Shah is looking down on us, and he's watching over us, man. Even when we were being tortured, man. Hey, Yahweh Shah got tortured, and he still didn't break, man. So how much more us? It says, so when the first was dead, after this manner, they brought the second to make him a mocking stock, and when they had poured off the skin of his head and the hair, they asked him, wilt thou eat before thou be punished throughout every member of the body? But he answered in his own language and said, no. Wherefore he also received the next the torment in order as the former did. And when he was at his last gasp, he said, thou like a fury takest us out of this present life, but the King of the world shall raise us up, who have died for his laws unto everlasting life. Right? So Yahweh Shemal Shah said that he was going to raise up the ones that died for him, man. All right? So our people knew that back then, showing you that they didn't fear death, man. And they took death on cheerfully, where watching the first brother die, man, they all banded together and exhorted each other to tell you, hey, stay strong. Do not break no matter what. Don't break, man. And they held true to that, man. All right? That's why Yahweh Shemal Shah had this book in there to commemorate these brothers, man, and the sister, man. All right? Our ancient forefathers have their own different stories of how they stood firm for the Lord for a reason, man. That's what we aim for, to be commemorated in the book of life, man. So we have our own testimonies and books, man. All right. But reading on, it says, After him was the third made a mocking stock, and when he was required, he put out his tongue, that's that right son, that's like it, and that right son holding forth his hands manfully, and said courageously, These I had from heaven, and for his laws I despised them, and from him I hope to receive them again. So that this brother, when he was about to get tortured, man, he pretty much presented himself to Esau and held out his hand. He knew Esau was gonna cut his hands off, man, and his tongue. All right, and it said, "Hey, do what you gotta do," pretty much, man, because he knows, hey, Yahweh Shemel Shah is gonna give us everything we lost back, man. All right, so you take away my body parts, man. Yahweh Shemel Shah is gonna give it again. He gonna give us life again, man. Though you take our lives, man, Yahweh Shemel Shah is gonna give it right back, man. All right. It says, and so much the king that were that were with him marveled at the young man's courage, for that he nothing regarded the pains. Now, when this man was there, also they tormented and mangled the fourth in like manner. So when he was ready to die, he said thus, It is good being put to death by men to look for hope from Yahweh Shemel Shai to be raised up again by him. As for thee, thou shalt have no resurrection to life. All right, so this brother pretty much let Esau know, man. Hey, though you kill us, it's an honor that you killing us for the Lord. Cause that's showing the Lord that we have a mortal light mentality for Him, man. All right, and it's a reward for having that mortal light mentality, man. Because at the end of the day, I always say this, man. If you're not willing to die for what you believe in, then you don't really believe in it. So the ultimate form of faith is to give your life for whatever you believe in. So with us, if we have to literally die for this truth, hey, then so be it. We're gonna do that, man. You know, how about Shemal Shai Ratazah, we hold firm that choice is presented to us, but now everybody's gonna have to face that choice, man. But I'm making this video just to put forth that thought in brothers' heads where this is presented to us, man, that we can't fold, man. All right, because he told Esau, though you kill me, man, I'm gonna be brought back, man. But there's no resurrection for you, man, because hey, whenever it's your turn to be, the table's gonna be turned. It's not gonna be a good thing for you, man, because it's always gonna be a reaction to the action that you caused in Esau. So your judgment is nah, man. All right, which is showing you that having that mortal light mentality is actually a blessing. All right. Yeah, how about Shimon Sham was going to reward brothers that take that role and go through with it, man. That's not it. This is Psalms 116 and 15, and it reads, Precious in the sight of the Lord is the death of his saints, man. So that the Lord is pleased to see that you are willing to give your life for him, man. That you won't break no matter how much pain you're in, no matter the pain that you're getting from whether it's actual torture or seeing your loved ones be killed and tortured in front of you, man. You can't break, man. And the scripture tell you whatever you give up on this side, you're gonna get back 100-fold, man. So just because Esau, kills your family in front of you, and you gotta take that because at the end of the day, man, they're going to be at rest and they're going to be risen up again if the Lord, if He's protecting them, they're going to be okay, man. Either way, dead or alive, they're going to be taken care of, man. So you can't let that influence you, man. You know, you got to be spiritual. Understand that their spirit isn't gone, man. Just their body's gone, man. You're gonna see them again. All right. That's what this brother pretty much was saying. All right. It says afterward they brought the fifth also and mangled him. Then looked upon he unto the king and said, Thou hast power over men. Thou art corruptible. Thou doest what thou wilt. Yet think not that our nation is forsaken by Yahweh Shema Shai, because we're not, man. All right? Esau can kill us, but he can't kill our spirits. So he can do whatever he wants over us, man. But we, at the end of the day, the Lord only gave us unto Esau because we sinned against him, man. He was angry with us for a little bit, but and he's not gonna totally destroy Israel. All right, which, let me get that. You know, Because these devils think that they're going to actually be able to wipe out the nation of Israel, man. You know, when you read the Georgia Guidestones, that's exactly what they plan to do, man. All right? This is Baruch 4 and 6. You are sold to the nations not for your destruction, but because you moved Yahweh Shem Yahushua to wrath, you were delivered unto their enemies. So Yahweh Shem Yahushua didn't give us to these heathen to destroy us, man. All right? He's gonna destroy 2/3 because they're submitted unto Esau, man. But the elect, Esau is not gonna touch, man. All right, he might get some of us, but at the end of the day, they're gonna be risen back up, man. All right, like I said, the dead in Yahweh shall rise first, man. All right, but Esau is you got another thing coming. All right, it says, but abide a while and behold his great power, how he will torment thee and thy seed. Right, because Esau, like I said, you got a judgment coming for what you're doing, man. Because you know, scriptures tell you that Israel is the apple of Yahweh Shem Shai's eye, man. And what you're destroying the Lord's precious treasure, man. All right. The scriptures tell you that we're a peculiar treasure unto Yahweh Shem Shai, and you're putting your filthy hand all over the Lord's treasure, man. So he says he's going to torture you and your seed, man. All right. And that's what you have Isaiah 14 and 21 for, man. All right, because you have to pay. All right, you're not doing all this and getting off scot free, man. All right, the Lord is seeing everything you're doing, and He's gonna repay you tenfold for that, man. Okay, well, finishing up, it says after him they brought the sixth, who being ready to die, said, "Be not deceived without cause, for we suffer these things for ourselves, having sinned against our power. Therefore, marvelous things are done unto us." And that's like I said earlier, man. Hey, we're going through these things because we sin against Yahweh Shemel Shah. So whatever it is that we gotta do to atone for that, we're gonna bear it. Micah 7 and 9. I will bear the indignation of the Lord, because I have sinned against him. Until he plead my cause and execute judgment for me, I will bring forth to the light. It's like he will bring me forth to the light, and I shall behold his righteousness, man. That's exactly what we're doing, man. And how about Shema Shah is going to honor that, man. And the torture that we're going to face, and he's not going to remember. I mean, he's not going to forget that. He's going to remember everything that we strive for coming up until that point, man. And he's going to deliver us, man. All right. So it says that we know that we sin against the Lord. So and whatever that happens to us is warranted, because we know that hey, it's punishment for what we've done, man. All right. It says, but think not that thou takest in hand to strive against Yahweh Shah, that thou shalt escape unpunished. So just because he's allowing you to put certain of us to death, man, don't think that you're getting away with it, man. You're not going to escape it, Esau, man. All right. But here's a major point in this story, which I found is heavy, man, because this woman, you know, just watched all pretty much six of her sons pretty much get murdered in front of her, man. Okay, they got tortured and murdered in front of her, man. Now, what did she say? How did she take all this, man? Did she end up being like her and break? You know, did she break, man? Did she break? No, she didn't break. Let's see what she said, man. Verse 20. But the mother was marvelous above all, and worthy of honorable memory, for when she saw her 7 sons slain within the space of one day, Salaki, she saw all 7 of her sons die, Salaki. It says she bare it with a good courage because of the hope that she had in Yahweh Shemal Shah, man. It says she exhorted every one of them in her own language, filled with courageous spirits and stirring up her womanish thoughts with a manly stomach, and said unto them, I cannot tell you how you came into my womb. Pretty much, she endured that, man. All right, because we know most women are gonna break after seeing one of their kids die. So this woman saw 7 of her kids die, man, and she still stood firm, man. All right. It says, I cannot tell how you came into my womb, for neither I gave you breath nor life, neither was I Neither was it I that formed the members of every one of you. All right, so that right there cuts that that statement how women like to use that I gave you life. Actually, you did. The Lord gave you life. Stomach through the man's seed. So you didn't do anything, but nevertheless. But doubtless the Creator of the world, who formed the generation of man and found at the beginning of all things, will also of His own mercy give you breath and life again, as you now regard not your own selves for His law's sake. And Antiochus, thinking himself despised and suspecting it to be a reproachful speech, while the youngest was yet alive, did not only exhort him by words, he also assured him with oath that he would make him both a rich and happy man if he would turn from the laws of his fathers, and that he will also take him for his friend and trust him in his affairs. So after Esau tortured the youngest son, man, before he died, man, he pretty much offered him that if you just break, man, and take and submit unto me, that he was gonna make him a rich man. Whatever his heart desire, he's gonna give to him. And pretty much become his friend and give him a high place in his society, man. All right, and that's the same way Esau's gonna do with our people today, man. All right, the elect is gonna be bribed with all sorts of fucking things, man. With Esau sees that you're not gonna break, man. But it all adds up into not doing it. All right, fuck with anything he got to offer you. Fuck anything that he says, man. At the end of the day, we want that incorruptible crown. We want that reward from Yahweh Shemel Shai. Because we know at the end of the day, whatever it is that Esau's going to promise you, it's going to be burnt away by these missiles anyway. So why would you break it and take something that Esau was going to give you to stop the torture anyway, man? Hey, take that shit, man, and let Yahweh Shemel Shai reward you, okay? It says, but when the young man would in no case hearken unto him, the king called his mother and exhorted her that she would counsel the young man to save his life. And when he had exhorted her with many words, she promised him that she would counsel her son. But bowing herself towards him, laughing the cruel tyrant to scorn, spake in her country language of this manner: O my son, have pity upon thee that bare thee 9 months in my womb, and gave thee suck for 3 years, and nourished thee, and brought thee up unto this age, and endured the troubles of education. I beseech thee, my son, look upon the heaven and the earth, and all that is therein, and consider that Yahweh Shemel Shai made them of these things, and were not, and so was mankind made likewise. Fear not this tormentor, but being worthy of thy brethren, take thy death, that I may rescue thee again in mercy with thy brethren. It's like I shall receive thee again in mercy with thy brethren. Alright, because this woman, she understood the scripture that tells you that whatever you give up for Yahweh Shemel Shai, is going to give it back tenfold, man. You see that happen with Job, alright? So she pretty much told the youngest son, man, hey, fuck Esau, and hey, whatever he tells you, hey, fuck that dude, man. Don't break, man. In layman's terms, excuse my language. All right, but it says, and I'm reading again. Fear not this tormentor, but being worthy of thy brethren, take thy death. All right, so she told the youngest son, man, hey, if you gotta die, hey, die, take that death cheerfully, man. All right, that I may receive thee again in mercy with my brethren. All right, so she knew that everybody was gonna come back, man. All right, she knew about reincarnation and all that, so it wasn't nothing to be trying to, console your little kid, because he gonna be crying, seeing everybody, seeing all his family get killed, man. But you gotta that she had a strong spirit on her where she still through all that, man, and being a woman, told that little boy to take that death head on, man, and be a man about it. All right. It says, and while she was yet speaking these words, the young man said, whom wait ye for? I will not obey the king's commandment, but I will obey the commandment of the law which was given unto our fathers by Moses. And thou, that hast been the author of all mischief against the Hebrews, shall not escape the hands of Yahweh Shemel Shai, for we suffer because our sins, And though the living power be angry with us a little while for our chastening and correction, yet shall he be at one again, yet shall he be at one again with his servants. Right? So even though Yahweh Shemal Shai is angry with us right now, because we sin against him, he's gonna let Esau torture us, man. At the end of the day, in the kingdom of heaven, man, all Israel is gonna be back with Yahweh Shemal Shai, man. All right, and we say to Esau, it says, "But thou, O godless man, and of all other wicked, and of all other most wicked, be not lifted up without a cause, nor puffed up with uncertain hopes, lifting up thy hand against the servants of Yahweh Shemal Shah, for thou hast not escaped the judgment of the Almighty Power, who seeth all things," man. So he pretty much let all the men that Esau tortured and killed, let Esau know that the Lord is gonna fuck you up for touching his men. All right. Why? Because you went and disgraced his people, man. You killed his people. You defiled the Lord's treasured possession. And here's the scripture to prove that. Zechariah 2 and 8. But thus saith the Lord of hosts, after the glory he hath sent me unto the nations which spoiled you, for he that toucheth you toucheth the apple of his eye. So because you touched the apple of Yahweh Shemal Shai, Yahweh Shemal Shai, the eye, it says that you are going to receive a worse judgment than we got, man. Okay? It says, for our brethren who now have suffered a short pain, all right, because that's really what it is. It's going to be a short pain, man, because it may feel like an eternity, all right, but in the end, it's a short pain because Yahweh Shemal Shah, the blessings and things that we're going to see from enduring all this is going to make that pain, not seem like it was like 2 seconds, man. Okay, you know, it's gonna be amazing. So we have to endure that, man. Because like I said, man, we're doing all this for the Yahweh Shemal Shah's sake. It says, are dead under Yahweh Shemal Shah's covenant of everlasting life. But thou through the pride, but thou through the judgment of Yahweh Shemal Shah shall receive just punishment for thy crime or thy pride. All right, what's that punishment? It's talking about the 1,000 years of slavery, and then you're gonna be put in a pit and burned, and there's gonna be no more Edomites, man. All right. It says, but I as my brethren offer up my body and life of the laws of our fathers, beseeching Yahweh Shemal Shah that he would speedily be merciful unto our nation, that thou by torments and plagues mayest confess that he alone is Yahweh Shemal Shah, and that in me and my brethren the wrath of the Almighty, which is justly brought upon all of our nations, may cease. So we are enduring these torments and these plagues so that we can enter into the kingdom of heaven, so that the death and everything can cease from Israel, so that the world can be put at rest again, man. So the people of Yahweh Shemal Shah can be at rest again, man. So we endure all these things so that we can get the kingdom of heaven, man. All right. But you Edomites, man, you gonna have a terrible judgment coming to you, man. All right. And it says, finishing out, then the king, being in a rage, handled him worse than all the rest, and took it grievously that he was mocked. So after pretty much Esau was told his judgment that was gonna happen for all the shit that he did to the Lord's people, he tortured and killed that last brother worse than he did all the other ones, man. All right. It says, but here's the point. So this man died undefiled and put his whole trust in the Lord, man. So he died an honorable death, man. He died an honorable death and was not looked at in no way as no matter how bad the torture was, it wasn't nothing that could overlook how he died for the Lord, man. All right, there's no blemish in his brother's rapport. Because Esau he probably did the most sickest, twisted way of killing on his brother, man. But in the end, it said that he died undefiled, man, and he put his whole trust in the Lord. And finishing out, last of all, after the son of the mother died. So the Lord ended up, having Esau kill, the whole family, man. But they all died honorable deaths, man, even the mother. Okay. And so I'm gonna finish this lesson out on this last scripture. I'm gonna end off with here with the book of Revelation, chapter 20, verse 4, and it reads, "And I saw thrones, and they that sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them, and I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Yahweh Shah, and for the word of Yahweh, and which had not worshipped the beast, nor his image, neither have received his mark upon their foreheads or in their hands, and they lived and reigned with Yahweh Shah 1,000 years." So you're going to be faced with death, but the scripture said that they saw the souls of them that were beheaded, man, because the ones that don't take the chip, man, Esau's going to put them in the guillotines and cut their heads off, man. But you gotta take that. You gotta take it cheerful. You gotta have that martyr type mentality if you are presented with death, man. Because like I said, man, the how about Shema outside said that hey, the death of his saints is a pleasurous thing to see, man. It's a highest honor you can have, man. All right. It says that had not worshipped the beast, neither his image, neither have received his mark upon their foreheads or in their hands, and they lived and reigned with Yahweh Shemel Shah for 1,000 years, man. Which that 1,000 years is talking about an eternity, man. So the elect that had to be put to death for refusing to take the mark of the beast and refusing to worship Esau and his sister, man. Hey, they're gonna rule. Excuse me. They're gonna rule and bring back the rest of Israel, and that's gonna be the beginning of the kingdom of heaven. And the kingdom of heaven is gonna last for eternity, man. And that in 1,000 years, we're gonna have you Edomites under our boot rebuilding any other heathen rebuilding the kingdom of heaven, man. And after 1,000 years are up, you Edomites are gonna be put in the pen, gonna be burned. And like I said, there's gonna be no more. It's gonna be pasty ass so-called white people whose biblical nationality is Edomites, man. All right. So with that, I pray this lesson was edifying, man. And the visuals that I had put on here through the TV show The 100, and I hope that was help paint you a more visual picture of what the thing that might come upon us, man. So I pray that was edifying, man. So I'm gonna go ahead and close it out. I'm gonna say, call Halayim, La Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem, call Dash. Double honors to the apostle, elders, the great minister, and time in his truth and rule well, and peace and salutation to the elect.